Welcome everybody to episode 48 of ADS Aim Down Sights podcast. We have a fantastic show this week. We have a fantastic guest. Soul is, I know, trying to sort out some internet problems in the background, so he's trying to be here. He is running late. Hopefully he will be able to join us for the show. But he was letting us know that he might be coming in hot earlier in the week. So we're just waiting to see. But we've got, as per usual, we've got NextGenNero here. We're going to do some introductions, but I just want to say a big shout out and thank you to Plume Gaming. If you watch his content, and I know most of us are probably subbed to his channel on YouTube, you do a fantastic job of keeping us informed with level-headed thoughts and opinions about what is going on in the gaming industry and gaming news alike. And you're on the Xbox International podcast, right? Am I remembering that right? I think so. I am. All right. Well, I just want to say a big thank you for joining us. We're so excited to have you on this week for the show. So we're just going to do a quick round of intros. What have you been up to? What have you been playing? And thank you for joining us this week.
Yeah. You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Always have the guests go first.
Okay, all right.
Always have the guests go first.
No, yeah. First of all, thanks for having me on. I'm very excited to be here. I haven't been able to jump on many podcasts recently, just with life events and everything. So I've been busy. So happy to finally get on one, talk gaming, and I'm excited to be here. In terms of what I've been gaming, probably what most people have been playing this week, which has basically been Oblivion Remastered and then Claire Obscure Expedition 33. I'm sure we'll get into talking about them, but both phenomenal games. They've taken over. I was playing Monster Hunter and Assassin's Creed before those two dropped, and those right now are on the back burner as I'm going through these great RPGs. It's been a phenomenal week for RPGs and Game Pass and everything, so that's what I've been jumping into.
It has been a fantastic week. Yeah, we're definitely going to talk about those two games. I mean, what else is there to talk about this week? Nothing. They've just taken over the industry this week, dominated all the news articles, everything like that. It's been a pretty good week to be a gamer. And I'm going to throw to NextGenNero, the biggest gamer, the biggest grifter. What have you been up to? What have you been playing? And I'm trying to remember the name that you got given the last show, and I can't remember.
I don't even remember at this point, man. I usually keep a journal around with just names and these Plume. You see what I go through? Just these accusations, just being slander throwing my name, grifter, just because I game. But nah, guys, seriously, we got an awesome episode, man. It feels good to be back. I hope everybody had a great Easter if you celebrated. Plume, you is by far my favorite and go-to Xbox content creator.
100%.
No, it's just straight facts, just great news, straight to the point. A lot of content creators are just try to like sell you on the heights of Xbox and like everything is just this, that, and the third. I feel like you just keep it real with whatever it is, whether it's news we don't agree with. Even I think you handled the Hi-Fi Rush situation and things like that when that studio closed, and just even when it's just negative news, you just handle it really well. You know, it's never just any gloom and doom. It's always just straight to the point, just good content, man. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to him, please make sure you do. Just wanted to give you your flowers, man. We really appreciate you being here. But
yeah, I appreciate that, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. No problem, man. But also, my guy is a Titans fan, y'all. I didn't know that, man. So attack him if you got beef. If you in that division, attack him the same way y'all attack me for my Bills, man. I'll be getting it. Y'all just hating y'all don't got Josh, man. That's all that is. But appreciate everybody being here, man. Chat. Hope everybody had a great holiday, like I said. But for me, man, I've been playing these Game Pass bangers, man. I'm about probably 8 hours into Expedition 33.
We have been told by a very particular community that the games that launch into Game Pass are AA trash Game Pass fodder. So what have you actually been playing this week? No, I'm kidding.
You know, those communities that speak like that never really got a track record of actual gaming. You know what I'm saying? Those are people you can't find a PSN, a Steam account, or a Gamertag.
Or a brain cell.
Or a brain cell, you know, anything like that. So really don't pay them no mind, man. It's just too many great games to even really pay into any negativity. and
Yep.
it's really like that all around on the even on the Switch side of things. You know, yeah, you can if you're a Switch centric player, yeah, you can disagree with the prices and stuff like that, other games and stuff, but you still probably definitely happy. You know, you're getting a nice boost in uh of power and just a nicer screen and stuff, and
Mm,
you know you got games confirmed, so you should be happy. You know, PlayStation, you had the weakest betas console in my eyes, you know, and you got the Pro, which corrected a lot of things, so they should be happy. You know, we got Yotei, we're gonna talk about that coming, and
yeah.
we're eating so good. You know what I'm saying? We just it's just nonstop, man, all year, in my eyes, all generation. Even the year where people said it was a slow year, where we didn't put out too many first party games, we still got games like As Dust. What is it? What is that narrative game? Is
As
it
Dust Falls or
As Dust Falls? Yeah. So that was a great game, and you know we get third party stuff to hold us down, but now it's at a point where first party games is delivering at such an incredible rate, and then you got the third party games on top of it every month. It's just a wonderful time to be a gamer, man, and specifically an Xbox gamer as well. If you're included in that ecosystem, save a buck and even get to support games elsewhere. You know, the money you save on Oblivion and Expedition 33, you might want to spend that money on something that's coming out next month. But I've been enjoying Oblivion, banger. This is like a new Elder Scrolls game to me.
Love this.
Uh, Never played it. Skyrim, my favorite game of all time. Absolutely loved it, man. So jumping back into this Bethesda world, the Bethesda type of world that I love, it's been a very fun, great time, man. And Expedition 33 has been a great experience so far too. But we got sections dedicated to those games, so we'll talk about those more because I can just keep going and going. But
Yeah.
Panda, what have you been up to?
This week I was cat sitting for my sister who's been away, but I took my Xbox with me, and I have been playing Oblivion Remastered. I waited till I got home to load up Clear Obscure Expedition 33 so I could have it on my OLED. And I'm glad I waited. And even Oblivion Remastered looks so fantastic on my OLED because my sister's TV in her lounge is like 1080p, and I'm like, what is this? What is this? Yeah, it's like living first world problems, right? But I watched the first 3 episodes of Andor season 2, and if you're a Star Wars fan and you have not watched Andor, you are missing out. It is by far the best of the TV shows that they've got. Beats everything. It's fantastic. The first episode's a little bit hard to get through, but they're just building, I guess, setting the tone of the story, and then everything else after that is fantastic. So season 2 has landed, and they're doing a really good thing with this. They're doing each week they're releasing 3 episodes, so I don't have to be drip fed week by week by week for 1 episode at a time. But yeah, I finished the first 3 episodes and I was like, I need the rest. I need the rest. Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic show. But
Have you been enjoying the Last of Us series? Have you caught up on
no,
that?
I have not. I want to wait till it's all out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I've seen spoilers. I've seen the spoilers
Of
out
course.
for the show. On top of everyone knows what happens in the video game, so I guess is that side of it.
I've been enjoying it.
Expedition. What lyric? Don't be talking smack
He said
about
Oblivion too, man.
Expedition.
Oblivion. Fuck, you just gifted a membership, I assume. Well done. Who did you? Oh, Sanchez Gaming. Oh,
We
yes.
appreciate you, FarQ, man.
Thank
FarQ with
you.
the one
Thank
gifted
you.
Game Pass daily membership, man. We really appreciate you.
Love
And our
it.
boy Sanchez got that, man. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Huge dub, man. We appreciate you, FarQ, for sure. Hey, FarQ, man, I gotta holler at you, bro, because I might
I
need you
do.
to put my face on Deacon from Days Gone remaster, man. Because after I get the platinum, I'm gonna do a new game plus, and then I think I want to do like a permadeath round, man, because that game can go from just normal situations to so fucked up situations so quick. Like I ran out of gas by a horde the other day, man, and I'm just trying to push my bike, trying to go down the hill, just get out of there. It's not a good situation. All I could think to myself was, "Yo, if this was a permadeath situation, I would be so mad, man." So Yeah.
And Fuck You is just celebrating 11 months of membership. Thank you, Fuck You. We appreciate you so much. So
Yeah.
much that I really have so much to share. So I'm going to quickly share this stuff with everybody. You're going to love it. Absolutely love it.
Why
I
do I
know
feel like
you will,
I'm about to
Nero.
be?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You know
All
what's
right.
coming, Nero. You know what's coming.
Yeah.
I'm going to move us over to the full screen so you can see it.
Me
Yeah,
is
man.
King David, man.
Yep. You as King David.
Hey,
I
let
just
me
love
pass the
these.
torch. Okay, I'm not mad at. I'm not mad at it, man.
It looks really good. Like that AI.
Yeah, I was like,
that
did
AI.
Our Lords get a new member? On
Right,
the top
right.
of
That
this?
looks
What's going on?
really crisp, man. You one for
I can't tell
one.
the
I
difference.
like that one.
Good. So good. Put his face on the freak as fuck you. Oh, I love these. I love these. I love these. Absolutely love these. Every time you do this, fuck you just make my day. I really appreciate it. And
Young King,
since
man.
Soul isn't here with us right now, he may be showing up late. I don't know what's happening with this internet, but
Put
a
me on
little bit
some.
of a little bit of soul, a little bit of soul for us.
Hey, man,
Um,
I can speak from soul viewpoints today, man. Just throw that up and pretend like I'm him, man.
fuck you, says Nero. The grey beard suits you.
It do. It actually really do. It
Yes,
really
it
do.
does.
You know, I'm gonna be one of those guys that embrace my gray, man. I'm gonna embrace my
Oh.
gray and embrace my wisdom, man. Just
You
like so,
should.
I like
You
it, man,
should. You
for sure.
should 100%. All right. Are you ready for the next one?
That gives me confidence for the future, right there, man. Hey, Farkey, I appreciate you, man.
Lord Nero. Ah, this one. This one needs to be on your profile picture. This one is fantastic.
Let me see. I needed that for the review. I could have used that as a thumbnail. Really pissed off the anti-woke people.
That
Oh,
is so well done. Look how good that
nah,
looks.
that is really good.
Looks so
Yeah.
good.
Nah, that's
Oh,
fire.
fuck.
I like that one.
I really like that too. I'm gonna send that to you, Nero.
Yeah,
It's
3 for
fantastic.
3, man. 3 for 3. I ain't mad at it.
All right, all right. And in line with one of the games we're going to be talking about today,
Oh, there's more.
there's one more. This is my last one. This is what happens when you're not on camera. Fuck you, just bullies you.
Hey, I mean, hey. I mean, that's look. The few times I look, how many pictures he got. You know, he got an infinite arsenal.
He did. But that is one of my favorite. I still love the one from last week. Oh, the week before. I'm going to put it back up on screen in a second.
Ah, yes. The adoring Xbox.
Adoring
fan.
thing.
You know what? I just came
That's the
across
remake
him.
right there.
Yeah, that's the remake right there. Look at that UE5, man. Look at the eyebrow raise, man. You know what? I actually really like this one as well. I'm gonna give him 4 for 4, man. Damn you, Farkey. I like that one, man. The more I look at it, man, I got the eyebrow raise. Yeah, send that to me, man.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Fuck you saying someone had to do it. South
Someone
of
definitely had
Nero
to do it.
Wars.
South of Nero.
Oh,
Hey, good
and it
one.
was Lord Nero. Oh, these are great. Sorry you only have one eyebrow. It's fine. No one's
Hey, that's
really.
cool, man.
That's
My
good.
other one got burned off protecting my Khajiit.
I was
I'm a
going to
big
ask
fan of him as well.
what character you're playing. We're going to get into it anyway. But
Oh yeah.
and
got so
back
many
to
things
this
to say
one
about
because
that,
you
man.
missed Plume. You would have missed this the other week, but
Yeah, this is a classic too. Yeah, it's a classic one as well, man. You know, I try to tell people, man, I've been gaming on PlayStation
What's up,
and
KY?
Xbox. I've been in these streets, man. So all you new school ponies that only came in the P4 generation, look at that. Look at the maturity
Got
for
your
me to be
CRT
7 years old at
TV
that
and
time. Look at that.
old school
these are
TV,
fantastic.
PS1 setup.
What's under on the second shelf? Is that a?
I don't even know.
I can't even tell. And look at the
What are you-
kicks. That's how you know I was out there in them gaming streets. A little stuff on them.
Oh, you do outdo yourself all the time. Fuck you. You really do. I fucking love these. These just make my day. Every week that we get these, I'm just ecstatic because it's not me. When it's me, I'm like, no. I feel like he sent me one of me recently, and
Oh, see, Panda don't never put hers up.
They're not
It's
as
messed up.
funny. Mine are always like random little like small things, and I'm like, he goes ham on you. Your ones are funny. I like it, but I enjoy yours more.
I respect it.
Yeah, I do too. I just want to say shout out to everyone in the chat. Thank you, fuck you. Good to see you, Big B Money, and the game adaptation. KY Bob, welcome, love you.
Good at
Reed
me.
here, Lyric, Lord Roughness. We've got Becca in the chat as well, and Sanchez, who was lucky enough to get gifted a membership by FarQ. So amazing. Jonas, Juna? I don't know how to say your last. I'm bad with names. I'll be real honest. Yeah, I'm really bad. But we're actually going to kick off into some topics. So I'm going to stop sharing this. I'm going to put us back into our 3-person thing. And we're gonna start us off. That was fantastic. I loved it. Fuck you. You need to send me those all the time. You just make my day. Every time I see those, they make my day. All right. So we're going to kick off into some quick news. I don't know how quick the news is going to be, considering that some of the topics that we're going to be talking about, I feel like we're just going to spend ages talking about them. But we've got one of the games that released this week, day one in Gamepass, is a Play Anywhere title released on PlayStation, on PC, everywhere. I feel like has got a version of this game, and that is Clear Obscure's Expedition 33. That scored a 92 on Metacritic, which is fantastic. It's been getting 10s and 9s across the board. It has sold over 500,000 copies and reached 98,000 concurrent Steam players as well. So it is doing a fantastic job. This is a take on the classic JRPG with quick time and like dodging and parry in the combat. Beautiful setting. I'm gonna throw to Plume. Have you had a chance to spend much time in this world? What are your thoughts on this game, and what are you finding out about like what you really are impressed by?
Yeah, I haven't been able to spend nearly enough time that I've wanted to. I've spent like 5-6 hours or so playing it. Blown away, just absolutely blown away by this thing. I feel like already, I know this is like, I think they're saying it's like a 30-hour or so game, and then if you don't do everything in it, but I feel like this is going to be game of the year. Everything that I've experienced so far is from the right off of the bat, like the story grips you instantly, the voice acting, the music, the atmosphere. It's phenomenal. And the combat, there's so much to this combat that makes it really fun. Like the parrying, how satisfying that is whenever you get a parrying right off of the bat, and very important for taking out your enemies, especially like the more powerful enemies and stuff. All of like the things you can add to your characters, the different weapons and everything. There's just so much in this game. And I know I've only touched on like this, like I said, 6 hours. So that's going to get far deeper than it, but I'm just super impressed. And I think there's a lot of like things that come out of a game like this that does get released, right? Because this is a game that's from a new developer, indie dev, 30 people team. They're charging you $50 for it. And I would say this game rivals and is better than pretty much most AAA games that have come out in the last little bit. So it's a to me, it's like phenomenal. Game one on Game Pass as well. And the fact that we're seeing an industry right now where we're getting, like we were talking about this before we started the show, is particularly with the Nintendo Switch 2 and stuff, and how the prices are going up, and there's still lots of great stuff to play, but we're getting a game here from a small 30-person developer with, I would say, in terms of like production value, is up there, some of the best that I've seen. I don't know how they have such good voice acting in this game. It's actually pretty crazy.
Gustav, who looks like Robert Pattinson, is voiced by something. What's his name? He plays Daredevil in the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's his voice. Yeah, and you've
Okay.
got Mala. I can't remember her name. She's what, Shadowheart from Baldur's Gate 3. So they've got some really good voice talent
Yeah.
in here right out the gate. So I 100%
Tier
agree
sound
with you there,
design all
Plume.
around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that part blew me away right off of the get go, right? Like as soon as
Yep.
you jump in and you just see how high that production is for the, like you said, the sound design and the voice acting. And it shows me it's like we're in an industry right now where we're getting told that we have to be, these big AAA games need to come out and they need to charge us more money and they have to put all of this stuff into it. And then you get a game like this that I think disrupts a lot of those narratives in terms of the pricing and
100%.
what you get with that pricing, and just like the quality of a game that you can get when it's not a small game. Like it's 30 hours just for the campaign or so. I think you can get about 60 hours into it if you do all the exploration, but the overall quality of it rivals anything we get from these major publishers and these major game developers that are,
Definitely.
that have hundreds of developers working on games. So it's phenomenal. To me, it was like a really, really, I wouldn't even say a surprise, because you kind of saw this coming when they first showed it off. I think there was a lot of
100%.
anticipation for it. But the fact that they met that and I think exceeded most people's expectations is just, it's awesome. I keep thinking it's one of those games you put down, I just want to go back and play it. So I'm going to hopefully get some more into it tonight.
Literally don't want to spend 3 hours on the show. I want to go and play it. We're not having a 3-hour show this week because
Yeah, sorry guys.
Air
definitely
Obscure
not.
is happening.
Yeah.
I agree with all of that there, with what you said there, Plume, 100% around that. I'm going to throw to Nero. What are your thoughts on this game? What have you been enjoying about it? What is actually, what were your thoughts or expectations going into it? And
Well,
are they now? Have they changed?
my expectations was just I was excited from it. Like the moment I saw it, I was captivated by like the art style and just the small. Whenever I see small studios making games, I tend to get more excited for them because they tend to have more passion. And I always say passion equal profit. And Plume made some really good points because I've been saying it for the last few weeks, and I'm gonna say it again. A lot of these big studios should be ashamed of themselves, and I hate seeing these layoffs in the industry. It's never fun. You never want to see people lose their jobs, but a lot of these studios should be trying to downsize and have more tight knit functions going. Like it's easier to be in a room with 30, 50, even 100, a couple hundred people, and really just bouncing ideas and things off of each other and getting that passion and just having those disputes as well. But when you get to the thousands of employees and hundreds of people spread out, and it's like, somewhere the passion gets lost and it becomes more so, hey, we got to worry about profit and making back what we're spending and stuff like that. And I enjoy, I enjoyed Assassin's Creed Shadows. I platinumed it. I had a blast with it. But games like this just put a lot of these bigger games just to shame, especially when you think about the price. Shout out to Hellblade. Shout out to Helldivers 2. That's another one. Like these games that's not charging you $70, or even, with Nintendo charging you $90 and shit for cart games. It's like, it make me appreciate them a lot more. And then Game Pass as well, and I'm one of them guys, people can play games however they want, but I'm one of those guys where I would double dip on this, even with Game Pass, which I tend to do a lot of the times when it go on sale. If it go on sale, I might get it on my PlayStation 5 Pro and do another playthrough over there. I think the art style is absolutely beautiful. The thing that captured me first off was just the music. That prologue and that introduction was just pure cinematic. Just absolutely gorgeous and beautiful, a way to just grab you into the game, and it sunk its hooks in me. And I'm not really a huge turn-based game type of person. I try them here and there, but it's kind of hard to really commit to them. The last one I tried was Sea of Stars.
That's the last one I tried, yeah.
And I plan to buy that. But with those games, I tend to like to own, because it's not a guarantee I'm gonna beat them on the time frame of which they might be in one of these services. So that's another reason I love these services like a Game Pass and PS Plus, just to test them out, and if I like them, I'll grab them. But the combat in this game is really, really well done, man. The parrying, when you get a perfect parry, man, it's
feels
super
so
satisfying,
good.
man.
It's so good.
But when you don't, it hurt.
No.
It hurt like hell, because it's a really nice window, I think, and it really makes you use your skills, man. I love the upgrading of the characters. Do I want somebody on the team to be more tanky, more damage output? I really think it's complex, and it's real intricate, but it's simple at the same time for people that's like newcomers. It's not like overwhelming, like a whole bunch of systems just thrown at you. I love it, man.
Yeah.
Great game. Congratulations to them. And look, in Game Pass and sold 500K copies within the first day. Like that's beautiful, man. You absolutely love to see that. Oblivion, 4 million players.
Yeah. And you got to think like Game Pass helps them sit back and just focus on the game, know that they have that funding coming in right away. They don't have to worry about sit there all scared when the game launches that, I have to sell a certain amount because they already have that deal that they made with Xbox. So that probably helps these games like succeed too as they're in development.
Well, I was in a party last night and there were just 5 of us and we're all playing Clear Obscures. We were just all playing it, all at different points in the game, having a fantastic time. I'm still very early into the game, but I was so pleasantly surprised by, like, obviously everyone saw the reveal trailers when it first came out. And I remember that showcase. That was when everyone was going through and talking about what games are shown. Everyone was always bringing up this game as one that they were anticipating because of the art style, because of their take on the turn-based combat. It just looked so different from what you've seen with your classic JRPGs that are turn-based, and then to actually get it in your hands and play it for yourself. And I recommend if you are playing it, chuck it into performance mode. As beautiful as quality mode is, performance mode you need for your parries, for your dodge timing. It's gonna be a lot more responsive in that regard. So please put it into performance mode for yourselves if you're playing on console. But just the opening sequence, the story, like we already kind of knew the story based off some of the trailers, but it's such an interesting concept around the story that they've delivered. So thoroughly enjoying what I've played so far. The combat is chef's kiss, in my opinion. Very satisfying. I'm just really impressed with this game. And all I want to do is go and play it. I was playing... it's been a hard decision this week of which game to play. Do you play Oblivion or do you play this? And obviously, a turn-based RPG isn't always going to be everyone's cup of tea. And there's always Oblivion out there. And Oblivion might not be everyone's cup of tea either. So there's this. Then there's all these other games that have launched. This April has been insane for game launches. Absolutely insane. And sorry. Frog in my throat, obviously. I don't know, there's just too many games. Too many bloody games. Not enough time.
Oblivion and Expedition complement each other I play them side by side.
They're very different.
Yeah, they're both RPGs, but they're vastly different. Expedition, it got some exploration, but it still feels kind of more like tight-knit. You know what I'm saying? Oblivion is just more so you just load up and just explore and just have a great time.
They complement each other quite nicely.
You can sit back and relax with Oblivion a little bit if you want to just throw that on, just explore the world and do some random side quests. Where I feel like with Expedition, because the story is so engaging, you have to be all there. You want to listen to it all.
And even the combat is very intense.
Yeah.
The timing, everything. Like, I know that there's a setting for people if they don't want to do the QTEs, it can auto QTE for you, but you still have to do the dodges and the parries yourself. And jumping, because you can jump in combat if you need to.
There's this one guy I was fighting. I probably fought him like 10 times just because it was this one attack he had with lightning. And for some reason, I just couldn't dodge at the right time. I was always a second too early or a second too slow. And it took me so long to figure it out. But then when you figure it out, it's like...
It's kind of like rhythmatic.
Yeah, exactly.
And it kind of goes with the music sometimes. Like, because I had a moment like that too. And it's crazy because it was with lightning. I wonder if we had the same problem with the same person. But once I started dodging it perfectly, it was like, the music with each dodge, I was like, that shit right there. It was like a rhythm, man. And it was just such a great moment.
I think it's really important in this game to explore, though, like to go around and look for different pictos, look for anything like that, because I found some that people haven't found, and I'm right at the very beginning of the game and like, I missed it. But yeah, the first boss that you face, he's not really a boss. He's that green sentinel type guy, and I kept missing on my second dodge where his like staff goes yellow, and so he's about to strike you a second time, and I kept mistiming that second dodge. I had to redo him quite a few times, but then the final time I faced him, I didn't take any damage at all. And you get extra points, like extra XP, if you don't take any damage during a fight, which is fantastic. I love the fact that you can like fire, like do the aim and fire at people as well to hit their weak spots, and then go off and do a standard attack.
Yeah.
I love the way that pictos work around, like once you master them, you can then apply that to other characters in your party as the luminaires. I'm trying to make sure I got the wording right for that. It's just so in depth around the way that you can play this game. We're all probably going to play it slightly differently, and design our characters very differently. There's so much to this game in the small amount of time I've played it. Yeah, thoroughly loving it.
I will like to give a quick shout out to Quick Resume because I'm a Bethesda stan, so Bethesda games get bought for me. Period. Like I said, Skyrim is my favorite of all time, and when Starfield dropped, I wasn't like in a position to like really buy games like full price day one, so I just Gamepass was super clutch. I was able to just spend the money on the little upgrade edition. Actually, the homie Reese blessed me with the upgrade edition. Shout out Reese. And but the whole time I had Starfield, I just kept thinking to myself, bro, I gotta buy this, bro. Like I'm not. It's just something about Bethesda games and they worlds. Like I just gotta own them. I gotta collect them because I love them and I live in them. And if I was to take a break from Game Pass right now, I would be okay with Oblivion. I could live in that world. You know, I could live in there because I've done it before with Skyrim. So I bought it on the Pro. Been having a great time. I think it's absolutely beautiful, man. UE5 is stunning. I hate the stutters though. The stutters is there, especially the stave stutters. And I started up on the Xbox as well. I think it was Clute. Shout out Clute, man. He was like, "Yo, that's Oblivion, a big game. How you gonna play it across two platforms? It's a long game." I'm like, dude, bruh, Skyrim. I have bought and played that on every platform I have owned. Dude, I live in these worlds with different characters. So I got my Khajiit on my Pro when I'm over there because I might want to get off a Days Gone and not switch consoles. So I might just want to easily just hop on Oblivion. I can do that, right? And I got my Khajiit over there. I just started a Breton as well on my Xbox. And this is where I love my Xbox, right? When I fired it up, it looks just as good as it did on my Pro. Looks amazing. And it ran good as well. And honestly, I feel like it ran a little better because I think the better VRR window is doing a better job with those stutters. Like the save stutters is there. Maybe I got to play more on my Pro on the Series X as well. But save stutters seems to be more frequent and noticeable on my Pro. But it just looks so good both across both platforms, man. I was just like, yo, they've really cooked. They really cooked with this game, man. So I got my my Red Guard, my female Red Guard going on my Xbox, man. So I'm gonna have both worlds, man. I just like being able to, and that's the point of Xbox, right? Play everywhere, right? Play anywhere.
Cross saves progression? That'd be quite cool if they did.
I mean, they might add it eventually because you know they got it with Indiana Jones. If you sign in all your trophies, a pot for your achievements and your save file, so it might. But me personally, I have so many different characters and different things I do. To me, it don't really matter. The only reason I even brought this whole thing up is because just wanted to highlight Quick Resume, and that's why I say I think those games complement each other because being able to hop between Claire Expedition and then Oblivion, you know, just within seconds and just have that right there is, to me, is still just one of the best features of this generation, period. I just absolutely love Quick Resume. And whenever I get a chance to big it up and tip my hat over to the Wizards at Xbox, I will.
Yeah, I agree. People who downplay it just don't really understand how fantastic it is. PC gamers want it.
Okay, try hard. I'm happy you put that in there because this is a UE5 title. I will say FSR one seemed to strike again. Uh, I was like, you know what? I kind of see why some people might, have a PC. I wouldn't mind being able to get rid of some of that fizzle. But I only noticed the fizzle on Expedition when
And
you
their
get
hair. It's
the
their hair.
hair,
Yeah.
and when you get to the third character that you unlock when you're inside of that kind of like mansion, that manor.
Yeah.
But that's where the art style saves it, because when you're outside in these other areas like the flying waters area and even the area after that, I'm in the red area now. I haven't made it past that. About 8 hours in, and it's beautiful, man. Outside, like, yeah, you'll notice on the hair, but your eyes adjust, man. And to me,
Mm.
when you do music and atmosphere is so good in games, like graphics isn't make or break for me. Like even with Oblivion, like, yeah, it stutters and it might have its problems, but the world, the
Gameplay.
atmosphere, the music, the gameplay, like everything captures me so much. Like even with like people bitch about this, I'm like, yo, Skyrim brev was running at fucking like 20 fucking 4 frames on the PS3, and it was blurry. That was when I became more of like a tech head. And that's why Skyrim has made me the gamer I am today, because I had a 360 and a PS3, and I worked and I got up, saved some money
Yeah.
to get Skyrim, cutting grass in the neighborhood. I got Skyrim on the PS3 and I loved it, but something one day just told me to look up where it run better at. And from there on, my entire life, I've always just been comparing both consoles and seeing which game ran best on which one and going from there. And it ran better on the 360. It didn't have that Vaseline type of blur. Same thing with GTA 4. It didn't have that like Vaseline blur that was the PS3 had at that time. So it ran a little better on the 360, and I went and bought it again back then. So double dip then, and I do it now, man. I fucking love Bethesda, man. Shout out to them, but shout out to Expedition, man.
I think they've done
And
a
those devs.
fantastic job. It deserves its flowers. It's been out for less than 2 days, and it's already doing a fantastic job. And then it's just going to continue through word of mouth, people talking about it on these shows, more companies talking about it in like journalism and all of that, on all the articles that you read. I think it's going to do really, really, really well, because for a lot of people who aren't really turn-based gamers are giving this a go, especially in Game Pass. I've got people who would never have touched this, and they're like, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. I was dreaming about this last night. I was like, oh, and I was like, okay, well, I don't have time to play it before the show starts, or else I would have been.
Yeah.
But
It's the atmosphere of this game too. Like, it's dark, but they throw in humor very well. Like, it's really, really well written. Every character is well written, and like
fantastic.
Like Nero was saying, it's turn-based and there's a lot of stuff, but it's not that complicated. Like, it's not like you're not like overwhelmed. Like, sometimes you play some of these games and they're big RPGs and you have to read so much and learn all these systems to really get everything out of it. This one, like, you kind of you catch on pretty fast as you go, and it just makes it smooth. So I think that will keep a lot of people who aren't turn-based fans still playing it past.
It's a lot more engaging than
It
most
keeps you on your
turn-based
toes.
games.
Yeah.
Like most turn-based games, you sit back and you just wait, you hit your turn and you do your animation and they keep going. This, you have to dodge. You can have to try to block. You can aim and try to do
you have to dodge,
a couple
you have to
times.
parry, you have to jump, you have to do something, because some people just hit you one and you're done.
Yeah. And early on too, like some like turn-based games, like you can just spam attack and everything's fine, get through a battle. This one you have to learn the dodge and parry right away, or you're done.
You have to learn the movesets. Yes.
Yeah.
You might die a couple of times while you're getting used to the movesets in order to really figure out how to take this person on, or these characters on. Yeah. It's quite it's one of those games where you're just like, I'm eating so good as a gamer.
I mean, it's such a good year for gaming. Like already, man.
Fiction this year, I was like, this was currently my game of the year. It's so much fun, but for the fun aspect, Split Fiction would be that side of my game of the year. But for the gameplay side of things, like the intricacies and the way that you're really having to think and around how to go about playing this game, I think this is a big contender for at least ending up in that last lineup for game of the year, because I think they definitely deserve that spot. And then we've got Doom coming out in 2 weeks.
It's insane.
This is only the first half of the year, and we've already had 3 games.
Death Stranding,
over 90 Metacritic.
Mind Share. The what is that claymation game that's coming next month as well?
Oh,
I can't
can't
think of it
remember.
right now,
Yeah.
but that's a really dope game that's coming as well. It's just like, man, there's so many dope games, man. And
Still in the first 6 months of the
There's
year. Like,
the
it's
Metal Gear
insane.
remake as well.
yep,
Yep.
that's coming.
Uh,
Borderlands 4.
yeah.
I'm one of the like 6 people that's actually rooting for and excited for marathon. So wish me luck on that. Hopefully it's
I
not
Hey,
hope.
Concord.
I'm
I
like I saw a lot of people like thinking this game is gonna like be Concord, which I think is pretty absurd when you think about
Yeah.
like Bungie is a phenomenal first person shooter developer in terms of the way their games feel and play. So I think this game has a chance at like being pretty good feeling and everything. And I think it'll be okay. It'll find its crowd. It'll find its like Destiny players,
the
and
biggest,
there's no way
yeah.
it's gonna be like a Concord
The biggest
2.0.
issue for is anyone who wants to come in and play that is
Yeah,
the hard hitting fact that if you go in with gear and it's good gear and you don't come out again, you could lose all your gear. I
yeah,
think that is probably going to be the where you're going to see casuals drop off and the hardcore are going to stick with it. Which
yeah,
Yeah, and
I
I think people
you
got to be
really
more
want to make all that
careful.
money, you probably want to. They might even have a release a mode later on that doesn't have that. You know, like think of Fortnite where it had no build
Yeah,
mode and
that's what I was
everybody
gonna
knows
say. Like,
build
I
up.
think
Yeah.
a lot of people got to realize sometimes, like new games and these new IPs, even though it's not a new IP, but like a new game from this IP,
Yeah.
sometimes these games got to grow. Communities grow alongside games, whether it's division goes like when you have communities, they have to grow. You know, I'm an Apex clucker, been there since day one. That had to grow
yeah,
into what it is now. And what it is now is monstrous, disgusting. That's why I'm not always wanting everything to be free to play. You know, a $40 experience, $30 experience, I'll go for that because even with Halo, Halo is my favorite franchise, and I'm kind of disappointed in the state that it's in. And I feel like when you put a free to play thing behind it, it gives you an excuse to get away with a lot of things, be a little more greedy, and add things that just maybe we didn't ask for to begin with. You know, cat ears and just
yeah.
Hey, don't you throw shade at my cat ears. I wear cat ears every single
hey,
game I
anytime I
play at
see one,
Maclo.
I'm getting them gone, man. I'm getting them
Yeah,
gone.
I love
But
it. People like target you and I'm like, come at me, bro. And then if I survive an encounter, I really just I do a flap slap on them, obviously. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I can't
I'm rooting
teabag,
for it
so
though,
it's flap slap. Yeah.
I'm with you though with
Sorry.
the whole free to play
and
stuff.
I just love that art style too.
I think free to play is here so much just simply because of I think it's because of the younger generations and like that's what they're used to with like Fortnites and stuff, and they see the revenue model in that free to play, and everyone's just trying to emulate that. But like, I'm okay with an online multiplayer shooter charging like 30-40 bucks if we're getting constant content dropped in where you're not having to spend money on the microtransactions going forward, which is even like with
Definitely.
Concord, right? Like I played the beta for whatever, and it was fine. Like I had no interest in playing it further than that, but I was happy with their revenue model, even though that was the probably wrong decision for a new IP that nobody cared or knew about. They probably should have went free to play, but I was happy they did like a $30 thing and they were going to give constant content going forward. But it obviously failed,
Mm.
so I feel like that deters more people from even
E-
trying that after
Even
seeing what
with it
happened to
being
Concord.
40, yeah, I think it will benefit them to put it in their subscription. It's
Yeah, that
the
too.
highest tier.
Yeah.
Um, I
Yeah.
think they would benefit from that. You know, give it some whales at least home. You
Yeah.
know, maybe do that with Helldivers too after a certain amount of time. Just be,
They're
you know,
they're taking their first party games out of their subscription. I don't know if you saw the news.
yeah, I seen that the resistance. I didn't put it in here as a topic, but we can do that as a quick topic to slide in. It's 22 games leaving PS Plus, and like a handful of them is first party games that's locked on the PS3. So my take with that is I think it might be some remasters coming. I think they're looking back at Xbox and following like they always do. But they thought they was leading with the remasters, but stop remastering shit from just a gen ago. I say that as a hypocrite because damn you, I paid that 10 for Days Gone and I'll do it again. It's one of my favorite
I
games from
love
last year, and I
Days
think
Gone,
I
and I
love it,
think it's
man.
sad it didn't get a sequel.
It didn't, but I'm hoping it do, Panda. So keep it positive. Hope it do. Hope it do. We gotta pray, man.
Positive vibes
Uh,
sending your way.
please do, please do. But yeah, man. I think go back and get some of those older, especially for Sony. It make even more sense because a lot of your library is locked on a generation. with the PS3, you can only stream some of these games, even the older God of Wars and stuff. So go ahead and get into it, man. If you're gonna be remastering shit that nobody asked for, like Horizon,
Yeah.
Zero Dawn, go ahead and do something like a Resistance, a
Version
Sly
of The
Cooper.
Last of Us.
Yeah,
They released another Last of Us, didn't they, just recently? Like a new
The
that had both
complete
of them.
edition with both.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
but
like the sixth version.
we say that, but I
Release.
I kind of I will say it kind of makes sense for them, because
That makes sense.
when
TV show.
GTA come, it's like half a place, like a big fraction of PlayStation active user bases is still on the PS4.
Yeah, that's fair.
And we're gonna touch on that in a bit. And GTA 6 is coming, so they're gonna have to come up. So when you come up, you're gonna want to play. You're gonna want to play that, and you go ahead.
Don't
You
put
got
your
you got the
console
option to
price
get both.
up. Lower that motherfucker.
You know?
Get people buying
You
software.
damn right, Reese. I am I love a goddamn remaster, but hey, fuck all of you guys that judge me because I've been saying I want remakes and remasters, especially from Xbox. All of y'all enjoying the Oblivion, right? Oh no, they're working on new games. Yeah, we got a lot of studios. We can have third party people remake some of these great games. Now give me a True Crimes, give me a what is the Predator that from
I want a
Activision
remaster
prototype?
of LA Noire.
Yeah.
Oh, LA
Yeah,
Noire,
Rockstar, do it right. I'm pro it, man, because it is a lot of generation of gamers that even if you didn't miss these games, like these games, like I would like, I'm a Skyrim baby. You know what I'm saying? I missed out on Oblivion and Morrowind and all them other ones. So why not bring them up to date? We got Game Pass, so shit, we good. Why bring it on in? I'm not, especially when it makes sense. Now when you're doing something from a generation right prior to this generation, it's like, nah, But that being said, the next piece of news I wanted to touch on, guys, is Lord of the Fallen version 2.0 update is available now on PS5, Xbox, and PC. And I wanted to highlight this because now it has shared progression, crossplay co-op, and it has the free friends pass, which is really dope. So they took a note out of Split Fiction book. And guys, if you're in the Discord, if anybody want to play Lords of the Fallen, you can use my free friends pass. Come play with me, man. Let's link up. I definitely want to beat this. It's cross-platform, so
someone's gonna have to carry me through it.
That's what I'm saying. I kind of need somebody to slightly carry me too, but I'm definitely gonna be carrying.
We could play it and both be like, oh fuck,
right? Just the struggle bus, but just because this game has came a long way, and it's very beautiful, man. Just the way they revamped it. Got revamped combat and movement, a dedicated jump button, full weapon audio overhaul the character creator, modernized the UI and HUD, improved tutorial experience.
The fact that you
all of this is
co-op the whole way through the game,
is
and
really
it's even
dope.
better than it was before. Oh, beautiful.
It's really dope. And this is all these improvements is on. If people didn't know, they had a 1.0 update that really overhauled all the problems for real, fixed the performance and just fixed a lot of things back then. So to see this, man, it's really dope, and it's a free update, man. Have you guys played Lord of the Fallen? Is this something you guys would check out?
I got a confession. I've never played it, but I'm happy you're excited for it.
I haven't played it, but I really want to play. I played the original, and I hated it, so I turned it off. And then I was intrigued by this one. And now with the most recent update, I'm like, fuck, I really want to play it because I don't have to play it by myself. And I love playing games like this where I can like trash talk people, even if I'm the worst player. You just gotta have fun. You just gotta have fun. But yeah, no, I saw this update and I was like messaging in one of the chats I'm in, and I'm like, oh, did anyone see this? And they're like, yes. I'm like, who wants to play with me?
Yeah, I tried it on Game Pass because it wasn't Game Pass after it got the 1.0 update for not too long, a few months. I played it. I said, yo, this is pretty dope. I said, I added to the backlog. And recently, after this big update, it was $19. And I said, you know what? Why not? I liked it in the Game Pass, and they fixed it even more. And I can play with a buddy for free. So I said, why not? Next piece of news, man. PlayStation Plus price is increasing in Canada and other countries as well. We mentioned in the prior
22
episodes.
games out of the service.
And while taking 22 games out of the service. Essentials is now 109, so basically 110 in Canada. Extra is 190 in Canada, and premium is a whopping 224.
That brings it like on par with Game Pass Ultimate, I think, right?
Yeah, pretty much, just about. So no price increases in the U.S. just yet. So but you never know with this industry. You never know. Hopefully they don't keep going up because
Well,
Game Pass is always going to be the
last year it was
better
Japan, right?
value.
It went up in Japan. It's gone up, I feel like, in New Zealand and Australia and a whole heap of other countries as well. And now Canada's been hit. So I assume America's eventually coming, but they're waiting and they're trying to push it as late as possible. But yeah, I assume America's
Yeah.
next on the chopping block for it.
I live in Canada, so to me, it affects whether I would want to subscribe. I haven't been subscribed to PlayStation Plus in a few months, but I will say that even on my morning show, the last few months I've been kind of praising PlayStation Plus with their releases. They've had some great months of games, not first party stuff, but just like third party games. Lots of stuff to play in there, even just recently in April. But with these last two decisions, it's like they were doing, I thought, very well, and then now it's like they're taking PlayStation 3 games out and now raising the price in certain places. So I wonder if they're preparing for something bigger, or if just this is just
They're
their
preparing for the Switch too.
yeah. That's yeah.
My biggest issue, though, and it's always going to be this issue, is take cloud saves out of the subscription.
Yeah.
Give it to your people free. The fact that it's not free is disgusting. The fact that you have to pay for your saves to move wherever you want them to move to, bullshit. And I'm
I
always going
will
to say,
say I never paid in my life for PS Plus until this generation because my games is stuff like Apex was my multiplayer game, and on PlayStation I usually played most of like their single player stuff last gen. So I never really needed PS Plus, and Apex, like I said, was free to play, so it never really bothered me. So I was kind of shocked when I did sub to PS Plus for the first time this gen and had all my saves, not all of them, but most of them, like for Days Gone, and I was like, that's why I'd be like, how does that work? Because I never paid for it before, but Days Gone was there, and a couple other games was there.
Yeah.
Thankfully, because Days Gone was definitely a long game, man. So I needed that.
did you move any of your saved files on your console over to your PS5 though initially?
No, I once I got my Series X and S, I kind of got bougie and put the P4 and just my PS4 Pro never really got touched after I got my Series X. And then when I came back to Carolina, I ended up giving it to my little brother. So by the time I got my PS5 Pro, I didn't have it. I just had to just log
Thank you,
in. I
Monad.
didn't have anything to transfer over.
Lovely comment from Grey Monad saying, "Hey Plume Gaming, I start my day watching your channel. Keep up the good work." Agree.
Yes, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say I think the cloud save thing is going to be eventually, but not like removed from the paywall once they start releasing their own PC app and stuff. I think at some point they're going to have to, because I don't know how they could, like, people on PC are not going to
Nope.
can pay for that, so they're going to eventually have to move it if they go in that direction, which it sounds like they will. I mean, Steam, and then have like their own Xbox style PC app where you can play your PlayStation games.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. All right, what is next on our quick news?
All right. And following that, CEO reports PS5 rental is a big hit in Japan, and I quote, nearly 100% utilization has been achieved at roughly half of the stores. Overall, the utilization rate is said to be around 80%. And I quote, it has been more successful than we expected, says Yasuke Sakiaya, if however you say that. I probably butchered that name. Manager of the GEO's product division. So, that's people like renting consoles, If we like renting games, if we like renting consoles, it seems like if it's going to save you
feel
some
like
money, then people might tend to support it,
Japan's a very different market and compared to a lot of like Western countries around that. Like I think like there is a place for it, but the majority of people probably not. I mean, financially speaking, with what's happening in the economy worldwide, it's probably going to be beneficial at this point. But like Does this mean that because the console prices are going up, eventually the prices for the rental pricing is going to go up? Like, what are they going to do around that? Like, are they going to keep it at that, and the console prices are just going to continue to go up to encourage them to start utilizing this rental service? Yeah, there's a few holes we talked about in the past around. It's not really clear around sort of what happens once you kind of, I guess, pay for the system. You at the moment you stop, you still have to give it back. You've essentially paid it off in reality. So I feel like I don't know. The whole
Yeah.
I don't know.
With how big games are, like how long you have to keep renting it too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
indefinitely.
Yeah.
Just rent it until they release the PS6 and then start renting the PS6.
Yeah. Like I remember renting consoles back in the day when it was like the N64 and stuff. But those
Yeah.
games you could beat in like a weekend.
It's
Some of them.
great for that, and I think it's great for people who haven't yet shifted over to the PS5, who want to know what it's like to before they buy it. Try before you buy it. I think that's what's really good about it.
Yeah.
But I don't really know how it's gonna go outside of Japan, how the rest of the world is really going to react to it. It might be a huge success, and I hope it's a huge success because, you know, I guess if your system dies while you're renting it and you can prove that you've done nothing to it, then you can just get another replacement unit and no issue. You're still renting. Yeah. And this outside of warranty thing wouldn't be a factor, right?
I think it's probably going to help a lot of people when stuff like GTA drop. People will probably try to go rent something if they can't afford it, or just to not miss out on that. It's not for me personally. I would rather own my console, especially nowadays. But obviously, it's for some people, especially over there. So,
well, it's hard to justify it, like in the sense of the fact that you don't have physical games the way you used to, where you can just go to a video store and like rent a couple of games or anything like that. And so you'd generally be buying digital copies. And then if you give that console back, you have a game that you can't play unless you buy that console again or rent that console again. So there's lots of factors in there.
And we've had no price drops this generation. So this is maybe them trying to like replace that with another option for people. Because if like last generation, like we had decent price drops by now, didn't we? Like 5 years into it, and especially the generation before that. So,
well, by this point we'd had the 1S. I feel like the 1X maybe, or was it the year after 1X as well. And so by that point, you'd already had a price drop on the OG Xbox One anyway. And then the series, or the 1S, was so much cheaper as a cheap SKU. And then it was just it was a more traditional console generation, last generation, around what you would expect around price dropping. Whereas this generation has been a what the fuck?
price increase.
Yeah, price increase, economic craziness worldwide. It's so many layoffs, so many games being cancelled. Yeah, it's been insane.
Yeah.
all right. Fatal Fury City of the Wolves has released, and the reviews is looking pretty good, man. On an Open Critic, it has 81, and on Metacritic, it's sitting at an 85. Last time I checked. My homie Gritty been playing, and he's recommending me to go pick it up. I think it's about either $40 or $50. I don't think it's a full $70 price game, man, but looks pretty dope, man. A fighting game and cool art style.
Not my cup of tea if it's a fighting game. I'm just not good at them. I button mash and that's it.
I
no
enjoy it.
skill.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that too, but I enjoy playing through like the stories and stuff. I play an okay amount of fighting games, but yeah, this looks decent. I'll probably eventually check it out once it
The
goes
art
on sale
style,
or something.
up my alley.
And I was excited for this, man, because I was pissed off when it left. It should have never left. But Sony
100%.
has brought back the 30th anniversary PS1, PS2, PS3, and PS4 themes for the PS5. And I quote, due to overwhelmingly positive response from our community, we're happy to bring back the look and feel of the 4 console designs for players to customize the home screen on PS5. I got
Just
that
the home
PS2
screen, or is
thing
it
going.
the loading screen as well? You know how you had the starting screen as well, where you got the loading in for the original icons when your
That's a good
PlayStation
question. I
turned on?
haven't paid attention to it. You might make me want to cut it on right now just to see.
Just to check.
Just because I really enjoyed that PS2 startup, man.
Yeah. Plume, what are your thoughts on this? I have a very, very, I have an opinion about this.
The startup stuff, I mean,
I mean, just Sony bringing it back.
I
They
guess
released it.
I don't know why they would have ever taken it away, but yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's good that it's back. It's cool that they brought
Mm.
that back, but
Yeah.
I don't have too many deep thoughts on it. I wish they would have just not taken it away. Did they release those during like the 30th anniversary thing at
Yep.
first?
Yep.
Yeah.
The month.
Yeah, why take it?
30th
Like,
anniversary, yeah.
it's
Yeah.
such a great feature to add. It was long overdue, and you just take it. It's
I've got
pretty
a
dumb.
very similar thought. I don't want to give them flowers for this. I don't think they deserve recognition for this. The fact that your community had to really encourage you to put this back when you should have never taken it away. The fact it was limited time, like, why? It's 30 years. Like, celebrate your 30th anniversary for the whole year at least. Like, insane that they did this. So my opinion, I don't think they deserve flowers. They should have never done it. It should have been there the whole time. And it was a stupid decision on their part to make it temporary. And I'm glad all I'm saying is I'm glad they realized they made a mistake, but shouldn't have had to realize it in the first place.
Like I wonder, like, what's the point? Was it to drive? Did they think it was going to drive console sales by people's nostalgia or something? Like, I just thought it doesn't make sense why they would have taken it off.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was poorly thought out around, like, let's make this temporary. Like, why?
Yeah.
All
right.
the Xbox ones that they've done, I've had permanent. They don't disappear after a certain amount of time. I keep them. Yeah. Sorry,
All
go.
right.
Go, Nero.
Phasmophobia has sold 3 million units across PlayStation and Xbox consoles.
Well done. I'm surprised. Well done.
Yeah, dope little indie game, man. Good for them. Played a bit of it. Wasn't really for me too much, but it's a cool concept. I think it got some room to grow. It's pretty cool for what it is. College football 26 has gotten a release date. And so when it's released, the articles were saying it wasn't going to be on PC. It's definitely not on last gen consoles. Thank God. Well, no, it wasn't on last gen consoles before. So that's why it sold so well. And it actually made people go buy. I think the Series S's and X's had the highest like increase during that time. And thankfully, Madden got a release date as well. I think it's August 10th, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't put the date in here. I'm going off from memory, but it's early August for sure. And this is the first Madden that won't be on the PS4 and the Xbox One. Thank God. And when some of the articles were saying it wasn't going to be on PC, and then I seen other people saying it was going to be on certain PC storefronts. So we'll see how that all play out. But we got the release dates for Madden and college football. No last gen peasants to hold us back, man. You PS4 guys, man, look, man, no Madden. Hopefully it's no 2K for y'all this year. No GTA. Stop holding back gaming and go and get your Series S, man.
That SSD needs to be the bare minimum spec. So yeah, they need to really encourage people to either move to this gen or really force them to move to next gen.
I'm actually kind of excited for Madden for
Hi,
the first
Power
time
Boss.
in a while. What's good, Power Boss?
Good to see you, my friend.
Did you play college football last year, Plume?
Yeah, no, I thought it was.
I thought it was great.
I thought it was great because I was a big Madden fan during like the PS2 generation, and I don't know. I feel like it's since like Ultimate Team took over those games. I haven't really been a huge fan of Madden. Franchise mode is generally what I play, and they've kind of abandoned that. It's gotten better, but I'm hoping, like you, like I'm excited more so now just because they're abandoning the PS4 and the Xbox One. So maybe there will be a nice bump to it this year. But yeah, I'm more looking forward to college football because 25 was great, and they have a nice base to build off for that game.
Exactly, a great base for that to be the first one in so many years, man. Everything about it, I was an absolute like huge fan about, man. Because I'm like with you, I'm a franchise guy because I don't really play online unless I'm playing a friend, a family member, or every now and again I might want to test my skills or bring my bills out or something like that. But I'm a single player guy in these games, man. So college football, I feel like the imaginary, like being able to be a coach, make more sense because the players with the names and stuff, it's like these people is coming out of high school, so it's easier for me to put that in my mind versus playing the NFL with my Bills in the random ass draft where we draft a dude named Eddie Bucket, man, known in real life that's not nobody. So they definitely got a great base to build off of, man. I'm probably gonna make one of my biggest gaming regret purchases this year, and I might just because I'm gonna get both. If it's cheaper to get them both as a package when that pre-order go up,
You just got to play one of them for 6 months, only buy one, and then you get the
I
other
know,
one
right?
pass after.
And that's gonna be torture though, because I love both sports. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially NFL, man, with my Bills and even with this draft class, man. You know what I'm saying? Can't wait to see my little 6'7" D-Tac out there, man. Trying to get off the field, man. Get Josh back on there.
Yeah.
I'm excited, man. And this news right here. Oh, did you have something to add to that?
No,
Fabi?
I was gonna say what you were gonna say, so you can kick into it.
This right here. If you don't know, then now you know, homie. Capcom is by far one of the best devs for this whole gen period. They've been holding it down, man. Hit after hit, great game after great game. With that being said, my personal favorite Resident Evil, well, still lean towards 7, man. It's really tough, man. I love them all. They damn near on par. It's really hard to pick one over the other. But Resident Evil 4 Remake has surpassed 10 million units sold worldwide, making it the fastest title in the series to reach this milestone. And they also updated sales for the other series, which are all pretty much over 10 million at this point. Congrats to Capcom, well deserved.
100%.
Great remake. And they're one of the few companies that are actually not laying people off, and I think raising the wages of their developers. So.
People have been buying their games though. Their games have been on par. They've been selling. They've been fantastic. They haven't had a lot of games where everyone's been like, oh, I wouldn't pay anything for this. I'm not interested in trying this game or anything. They've had some fantastic titles they've been releasing in the last couple of years. Keep it up. Keep up the great work.
Yeah, absolutely love to see it, man. And I'm hoping we get some Resident Evil news. I'm hoping we get some Dragon Dogma 2 DLC. Capcom, please don't abandon us.
That and a new game plus where it's actually more difficult.
Yeah.
Give me that.
That
I want to
too.
go back in and play some more.
That too. So FBC Firebreak launches on June 17th on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. The standard edition will be available for $39.99. You can wishlist it now, and I believe this is in both Game Pass and PS Plus. So console gamers, y'all really have no excuse not to go out there and give Remedy a fair shake. While they take this risk and do something they haven't done before. I love Remedy. I love their universes. I'm down to support them the same way I supported Capcom with Exo Primal. Because why not? You know, you want to try something different when you've been delivering me so many great games on the opposite spectrum as far as single player experiences. I love Alan Wake 2, one of my highlights of this gen. Just a great game all around. So I'm intrigued, man. And the newest gameplay trailer, the gameplay looked intriguing and looked dope. I want to see what comes of this. And once again, $40. I'm not going to be mad at shooters and multiplayer games are sitting at that $40 price range.
Soul has said he's been trying, but the internet is not working out for him. So he's going to try and sort something next week. They're trying to sort it at the place he's at. Yeah, I'm sad. Soul, we love you. We know what's going on in the background, so you will be here when you are here. And
hey, Soul, sit back, smoke one, and enjoy the show, brother. We hold it down for you, man. You know, I'm more positive, man. I know you'll be back with the gray beard of wisdom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anybody excited for the FBC Firebreak? Anybody in the chat? I definitely plan to give it a go.
I want to check it out. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try it. I'll definitely try it. It's Game Pass, right? And it's from Remedy.
Yep.
They haven't made a game like this, so it'll be interesting to see how they pull it off comparatively to their other stuff that they've made. It's in the Control universe.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you've got the what are they called? The Hiss.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You've got the Hiss in this. Yeah.
I'll try it for sure.
Definitely look forward to checking that out.
RoboCop's Rogue City standalone expansion launches on 17th of July. I saw a trailer for this week and I was like, yes! Sorry, I just really enjoyed RoboCop. We were talking about it a couple of weeks ago because I finally played it, finished it, enjoyed it, and I am excited for the
Another one of my
expansion.
highlights.
Yeah,
It's just a great, dope game, man. Big fan of them. Big fan of the first game, the main game, and got the platinum and the full completion on Xbox and PlayStation. So safe to say, I'll definitely be there, man, to support this right here. I'm intriguing, man. The story, little trailer they just recently dropped looked dope, and I like the premise of you like kind of fighting up this tower. So I can't wait to see where they go with this.
I agree with you 100%.
And I'll let you take the next piece of news too, because personally, this right here I could not care less about.
Which
Love
one
the
is
game. The Split Fiction. Yeah.
Split Fiction film adaptation in the works. I did not know about this until I saw it in our topics. I'll be real honest. Starring Sydney Sweeney, Pass, and directed by John Chu, who did Wicked and Crazy Rich Asians. I think by that chance, just who directed it, this could be fantastic. But I don't really see how this would make a great film adaptation. I'm really curious how they bring it to life in a film format. But hey, if they do, well, if they pull it off, I'll be there. I love the game, and
Same.
the game's fantastic. The most fun I've had in a game in years. Just enjoying laughing. I was laughing so much that my voice started to go. Yeah, but I don't know how I feel about this. Plume, any thoughts on this yourself?
I still need to play Split Fiction.
You still need to play it. Okay, well,
play it. But
that's why I'm very mindful about what I say about it because I don't want to
Yeah.
spoil it for anyone.
We are definitely in that era that every game has a movie now or a TV show. There's so many of them that are coming out.
Well, did you see the in Secret Levels? Did you see the Outer Worlds level episode?
Yeah, that was.
And I was like, I'm so hyped for Outer Worlds.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for that showcase after the Xbox showcase. See more about it.
June 8th, right?
Yeah, so the game looks really good. I like the Outer Worlds. I think for the Outer Worlds, I'm more of an Outer Worlds guy than I was Avowed. I liked Avowed, but
I'm more of an Outer Worlds person over Avowed. I'm more of a like fantasy Bethesda person than I am the Starfield world. So I feel like both of those studios do one thing better than the other. So Bethesda definitely does fantasy better, and then Outer Worlds definitely does more of a sci-fi type, space exploration better.
It's funny because I'm playing the Oblivion remaster as well, and I'm like, I think I like this better than Avowed, even though it still plays like the older Oblivion. But I don't know. It's just
yeah. What's
All
the next?
right. Let's see. Okay, so it's a new update / DLC coming to the Division 2 7 years later, May 27th. 3 new story missions, 4 new world missions, the return of Smart Cover, 8 new hunter puzzles and masks, new exotic mask, 16 new open world Roman bosses, and 4 new control points. The Battle of Brooklyn. I think it's going to be around $15.
Do you reckon they're building hype, getting ready to announce the Division 3? Because I mean, Ubisoft really wants people back in this game.
Yeah. That's what I assume. I would much rather have a Division 3 announcement, especially because they haven't given this a native PS5 or Series X like port.
Yeah.
So I downloaded, I own it, so I might
You never played the first one, right?
Nah, and that seems like the one I would like more because I like this.
Go play the first one. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised how good the first one is. I still think the first one, story wise, is definitely better than the second one. I really enjoyed the second one, and I'm so happy to see that there's more going into that game because it's so much fun to just jump in with friends and play together. It's such a good game, so I'm really, really hanging out for the Division 3 because I know it's in the works.
I'm gonna check this DLC. Division is like that one looter shooter that I've actually sunk a decent amount of time into, so I'll be playing. I'll be spending $15. That's I think for the amount of content it sounds like they're giving us is worth it. Is reasonable. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
And the first Mafia, the old country gameplay trailer announced for PAX East. So that'll be pretty soon, man. I can't
That
wait to see
game's
more of
releasing
that.
this year
Oh,
too.
that's yeah.
Yeah, and that's
Oh,
a day
Fuck.
one, man. Shit. So
I
many
need to
great
become a
games.
full-time gamer and have my job as my part-time thing.
Yeah, it's funny because we were talking earlier about the down years. It's like I don't mind down years at this point because I have so many games in my backlog that I
Yeah,
can
if next
finally
year is
play
a
through
down
stuff.
year, look, Xbox, just give me Fable next
next
year, man.
next year is
And everything else will be all right.
Yeah,
because I feel like next year we're going to get Clockwork's Revolution as
I
well.
think so
Like,
too. Yeah, maybe State of Decay.
maybe State of Decay. We might even hear about what is happening with Rare's game.
Yeah, and
That's just
Gears.
been in Gears E-Day. Yes, this. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Next year is a great year to be subscribed to Game Pass. Fuck.
I don't
And
know
that's
if
only like
Xbox will have down years anymore with the amount of studios they have. To be honest, like Game
I
Pass
don't
is going
think
to be
so.
flying. I feel like this is like last year, like 2024. You could see them kicking it off. That now
Yeah.
things are in motion. This year it's really in motion, and we still have a half a year where we don't know what's coming out. And then next,
And
I
they
think
even
it'll
pushed
just keep going.
Avowed into this year after, like, I was like, they're just going to be able to keep pushing things back if they need to because they're going to have so many games
Yeah.
on top of all the deals that they do with second party and third party going to Game Pass and just third party and second party just releasing on the platform in general.
Fable and
Um,
everything we've gotten this year would have just been brutal, man. Like,
and then we've got the handheld from Asus, the collaboration with Xbox that's meant to be coming out this year. It's just a really good year. I feel like we haven't had a year like this with the release cadence in a very long time. Not since like the 360 PS3 generation. And so it's quite insane to see what we had over the last like 7 years versus and then now it's just everywhere you look there's a new game releasing.
Yeah,
yeah.
and we have the Switch 2 coming out this year too. So
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I'm
That's
going
a
to
whole
wait
nother
till
dynamic.
they announce the next Zelda in the series before I pick up the Switch too, because that's my only reason for picking up a Switch is The Legend of Zelda. Yeah.
yeah,
All right.
I'll be honest. I already got my pre-order in for it. So
You were one of the people who got you have cancelled your pre-order. You've missed out. You
no,
managed to get
well,
one?
yeah, I managed to get one on like the last hour, last chance. I was trying to get it
Congrats.
for the
Mhm.
night before, and then the day in the morning, and then like I was getting kicked out of everything, and then finally got one. But I think honestly, the Switch 2 is gonna have a ton of inventory, so I don't
Yeah.
think it's gonna be that hard.
Yeah. So last piece of quick news. Just wanted to quick FYI, man. A new Xbox dynamic background for Doom: The Dark Ages is now available on the Series X and S, and it looks pretty badass, man. So go check that out. I
I will
love.
be honest. Go. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying I love the dynamic backgrounds. That's all. I want one for Expedition as well.
I love this. I love the Doom controller, the Doom Xbox Series X cover. I actually thought the standard Doom controller is nicer than the
I agree.
Elite series.
I agree.
I understand why they made it the standard because more people are going to buy that than an Elite. But I was like, why didn't you just do it as both and maybe I really wanted a Doom Elite series controller because I probably would have bought one, but I just didn't like it as much as the standard Doom controller because it just looks so good. It looks so good.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna have to hold off on those though. Too many
Yeah.
controllers.
Yeah.
I literally was just telling Nero before we started. I have replaced my old Elite with a new one because my old one is like falling to bits. Like there's something that's rattling around in it. It's like breaking apart on
Yeah.
each side. My RB button doesn't work anymore,
Ugh.
even though I've repaired it like twice, and I can't be bothered repairing it a third time because I feel like if I pull it apart a third time, it's probably not going to want to go back together. And then all my paddles on the back don't work anymore.
That's wild. It's wild to me that Xbox hasn't fixed that issue yet with their Elite, because I would bet that the Doom ones are going to have the right bumper problem. My
They
Halo
are
Infinite one
100%.
Yeah, my Halo Infinite one has the right bumper problem, and it happened like right away. But those sold out, so like I couldn't even send that in for repair because they said we'd have to just send you back a regular one. So I just have a Halo Infinite Elite with a sticky right bumper. So I don't know why they haven't fixed it
Ooh.
yet. It's wild.
See, I've had mine since day one, back when they released it in 2021.
Yeah.
And so I've had it, what, three going on 4 years. And I haven't replaced it. Had no issues. But right bumper started going about 18 months ago, and I've repaired it twice. So I could continue using it. The pedals started going about 6 months ago. It's the only thing I game on. I don't game on any regular Xbox controller. I've thrashed the hell out of it. So I'm waiting for them to do an Elite Series 3, but I feel like we're going to have to wait till next generation to hear that.
You hope by then they fixed it.
Which is why,
they remedied an issue, but who knows?
Yeah. And then when I saw, I was like, any game where they've got RB as an attack, and I'm like, no, I want to remap this because it's insane. This is why my RB keeps dying. Elden Ring with the RB button. You're just screwed when you've got games like Assassin's Creed where they make RB an attack, and you're like, stop doing that.
Yeah, I'm happy I held off on the Elite. I'm waiting for the Elite 3 as well. I had a decision to make. I was going to either get the Elite, but I decided to get the Portal instead because for $50 more, I said, I'll just do that and just hold off.
Probably a good choice.
I couldn't even get excited for the freaking Doom controllers, dude. I've went through so many controllers this generation. It's crazy. I blame Apex, but I've uninstalled Apex. I pretty much, with the content of games Xbox has given me, I pretty much damn near uninstalled all the shooters. I'm waiting for Marathon. I don't really care for COD. I'm more of a Halo guy, and Halo.
Oh, I have been enjoying Warzone of COD, though. I've been getting into that recently. Have been enjoying it. Way better than just Black Ops 6 because you actually can survive an encounter for the most part in Warzone. So definitely worth playing that, at least Nero. Yeah.
Yeah, I might give it a chance. I'm just kind of over shooters right now. It's all the same thing, man. It's just that's why I'm rooting for the new Battlefield, and hopefully, the Halo remasters come and get a new Flux version.
Yeah.
That being said,
let's get into some main topics.
And we only got 4 main topics tonight, guys. So you don't gotta worry about being here too much longer. I know everybody is ready to get to some gaming. I know I am, and I know Plume had a long day and had a long week. So gotta talk about the elephant in the room. The Oblivion remake. I'm calling it a remake. They call it a remaster. I'm calling it a remake, man. And just go through some just quick things about it. Fully remade for current consoles. If you haven't played it yet, or you've been sleeping under a rock, guys, available right now in Game Pass on PS5 and PC. And this is why I bought it immediately. $49.99, $50, man. That's the way to do it for what you're getting. To me, it's like a whole new Bethesda game, a whole new Elder Scrolls to me. Basically, this is basically my Elder Scrolls 6 until Elder Scrolls 6 get here. Developed by Virtuous and Bethesda Game Studios, and congratulations to them because the last game I played that they did, it was the port upgrade for Outer Worlds, and that was a little rough. Not everybody.
Thank you, Power Boss. Have a good day.
Yes, sir, bro. Have a good one. Not everybody was a fan of that, but this is running in UE5. They got new lip sync technology, brand new models and environments. All the story expansions is included. Improved and updated UI, audio, updated leveling system from Oblivion and Skyrim, improved combat animations, visual effects, hit reactions, sprinting, proper third-person view. Man, they absolutely snap. Last time I checked, Bethesda revealed it has been over 4 million players of Oblivion in less than a week. Somebody in the chat put they're at 6 million now. So if that's true, man, absolutely huge, man. I love it. I could talk about it all night, but I won't. I have to pass it to you guys and hear your guys' thoughts about it.
We're gonna start off with Plume. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty phenomenal remaster. Yeah, again, because you jump in there. it's it's just a weird like why they named that. I guess it's probably because they didn't build everything up from the ground up. Like gameplay kind of still feels similar to um
Original.
the 360 version, and there's still some similar bugs sort of, or like some jankiness in it that does remind you of the 360 version of it, but graphically it's like you're in a brand new game. It's a huge upgrade with UE5. So yeah, it's really fun. It's just getting the time now to jump into it with everything that's coming out. It's going between that and like we were talking earlier about Expedition 33. It's interesting jumping between the two types of RPGs and seeing the difference. But it's insane that
Held
they
up so well.
sorry?
I said it's held up so well, like
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's insane. I was skeptical as to like why they were shadow dropping this thing when they shadow dropped it, and just out of nowhere, especially like a day before Expedition 33. But now I understand why. Like, you do not need to spend traditional marketing money on a title like this and an IP like this. You said 4 million, right? Already that have jumped into it. So
Yeah.
it's a huge
Absolutely huge.
yeah, it's a huge launch. But yeah, it's cool. There's even like I was playing through one of the side quests, and you have to go find some, I forget the name of the fish or whatever, but like it still has that original bugginess from it where the fish don't spawn right away, and it has that nice shine, and it gives you that nostalgia of what it was like. I played it way back, so
Bethesda jank.
yeah, it has that. Yeah, I played it way
100%.
back, and I still have like my 360 copy, but like there's so much stuff that I forget when I'm playing through this, and it's just bringing back playing through the game and everything. So very
Yeah.
cool. The character creator, very happy that they kept everything where you can make your character look insane. So I've seen a lot of stuff on social media of some of the faces that people are making, which is pretty funny to look at. So yeah, Virtuous did a great job, and I think
They
they
did.
work on like so many big titles. This is a
They've
very
worked on
talented.
Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah.
They've worked on a lot of Xbox titles as well.
Yeah.
They're massive. I was super surprised um, on the fantastic job that they've done. Sorry, continue, Bloom.
No, that's it. And they're working on like the Dune Awakening game that's coming out, and I think it's Judas as well. So they have a lot of talent at that studio, and it's I think Oblivion. You take a look at it, and a lot of people are looking at this and saying, if you're going to remaster a game, this is kind of how you
That's
do
how
it.
you do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
definitely. And I think Xbox should kind of treat them like maybe they're like how Sony treat Blue Point. Let them do a New Vegas. Let them do a Fallout 3. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Definitely.
After that, you can choose what else you want to do. But give them the green light. I
Have a
absolutely love it. For me, it's like I said, it's pretty much been a whole new Elder Scrolls experience, man. I want to get to the point on the map where they added now you can see Skyrim, the tallest mountain, and I think that's really dope. So I plan on platinum in this, and right after I'm gonna go try to platinum Skyrim because I just feel like I want to get the full completions for some of my
yeah.
favorite games, man. I feel like after getting close to 200, right under 200K gamer score, like I said, I just kind of for the platinum grind now. I don't know, just feel just a little more rewarding at this point. But definitely playing the platinum Skyrim, man. They just absolutely cook, man. It's beautiful. The biggest surprise to me is just the voice acting, man, because and
Yeah.
also the story, because when I got into Skyrim, like the exploration took over. I cared about everything but like the main going to the Greybeards and everything like that.
Yeah.
Even though but see, and this sets up Skyrim, so I'm so intrigued to this story. It's like I want to go platinum Skyrim because now I do care about that story. Now I want to see how it ties in. Anytime somebody mentions Skyrim, my ears perk up and I smile. And when they mention stuff like the Dragonborn and in certain terms that I'm super familiar with, I love the books and stuff. And you guys know I was calling Starfield my game of the generation. Not sure if I still stand on that at this moment, only because we've gotten a lot of good games since then as well. And I wasn't a huge fan of the last DLC, but this game highlights some of my problems and critiques with Starfield. And this just the smallest thing, right? The books. I
Yeah.
love reading books in the Elder Scroll games, whether it's Skyrim. Like right now, I finished the arena quest line in Oblivion. So I got enough money to buy a house. And the main reason I need to buy a house is so I can store all these goddamn books because they're weighing me down, man. I love collecting the books and reading about it, and I really wish Starfield would have had that just more fleshed out books, man. Because I was looking for them in Starfield. They had a few interesting ones, but it was always just like a little paragraph and books about chunks. So it's just the little things that Elder Scrolls do that's just near and dear to my heart that just make me live in those worlds, man. I can have different characters and just have different lives, man. See how things go. I've been loving it.
I think they've done a fantastic job with this. I mean, the fact that there's this character in the game, like, honestly. There you go, Nero. There you go. There you go.
And you know, like I know the reference to him was like huge to a lot of people in Starfield, but like I said, I never played Oblivion, so to me it didn't really. I was like, like it didn't really mean much to me. But now playing him, having him with me, it's dope. It's making me even want to go play Starfield again and bring him because I never used that trait in Starfield. It didn't really. I just used other things. But super dope, man. Absolutely,
of course.
super dope game, man.
I opened the door to let my cat in because he's scratching at the door and he's like, I'm just going to sit out here. It's raining. And he's just sitting out there in the rain.
Got a lot on his mind, Panda. He's waiting for the sequel to Stray 2.
I think he's a little bit upset with me for being gone for 5 days. I'll be real honest with that.
Yeah,
he's
pets do be holding
he's just coming in now. He's like, I'm saturated. Let me smooch your legs. I'm like, no, don't.
Like, there you go, talking bad about me on the pod again.
He's like, I designed. You know how I have
this.
Mr. Whiskey in Dragon's Dogma 2 as my pawn character, as a bestiarian. I did my Khajiit. So I'm playing a Khajiit in Oblivion, and I made Mr. Whiskey again, as close as I could. Like, obviously, there's only so much you can do with your Khajiit. But because he's so black, it's really hard to see any facial stuff. You just see his eyes, and that's about it. I'm like, that's what it's like having a black cat. If you own a black cat, you'll understand. The only thing you see of their face at nighttime is their eyes. You can't see any other facial features. It's hilarious. But I am thoroughly enjoying the quality of life improvement from this, and I 100% agree. It feels more like a remake. I know why they're calling it a remaster because they've literally got the creation engine with all the game mechanics and all the systems and processes that actually are built into Oblivion. And then they've just put UE5 on top for the visual side of things. And they've done a fantastic job of integrating creation engine into the back end to have UE5 sitting on top doing all the heavy lifting for the graphical components in that space. So definitely beautiful. I love the fact, like, in Oblivion, the original game, like, unless you were in like first person, crosshairs didn't show up in third person mode if you were using a bow. And now they've got that fixed, so crosshairs are always going to be there for you. The fact, and I didn't even realize this is the funny thing, like, when you're playing a game and you're so immersed in it, when you're doing combat in the original game, I did not even realize this until they called it out, there was no audio. Like, when you're fighting, you're not really hearing any audio around the combat. And now I'm like, what? Did my brain just fill that in for me in the game? Like, do that for me? It was just very interesting seeing, like, that. The fact that my brain also was like, didn't really pay attention to the no blood splatter, and now there is blood splatter, and like, they've done a beautiful job with the lighting, with nanite, with the UE5 has done a fantastic job. Yes, there is some optimization and performance issues regardless on what platform you're playing on, regardless on whether you're playing in I feel like it's probably not as bad in quality, but definitely on PC and definitely on console, if you're playing in performance, you will notice when you're moving around, definitely frames being dropped and some stuttering and things like that. But I think because Oblivion is such a fantastic game overall anyway, and if you've played it in the past, you won't care. You're going to look past it. It's a momentary thing. It's going to dissipate very quickly, and you're going to be back to just enjoying the game. The running, the fact that you can run, game changer. I think they've done a fantastic job with it. I understand people talking about the color around it not being as vibrant. And so I definitely understand that around the greens. But I think for those who've never played it, it's not going to be a big deal. They're going to be enjoying this for the first time. None of the people who've never played this were going to go back and play the original Oblivion. So it's great to see that this is coming forward, and people are going to be hyped for this, leading into what is going to continue to build hype for Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah,
That's coming out whenever Elder Scrolls 6 comes out. I also think it was the whole discourse this week around what Mike Ybarra said around he doesn't necessarily agree with remastering such an old game. Why was he making a comment on that when he didn't make a comment on people remastering a game that's 5 years old?
Yeah, it's a ridiculous take. Those are the games you do remaster, the ones that are 20 years old.
That's what The Witcher 1 is getting. Why The Witcher 1 is getting a remake. That one's getting a remake because it never came to console. It's been stuck on PC. The janky combat mechanics. It's not a good experience.
No.
If you go back and play that game, it needs a remake. This just needed a facelift, and it's already like, I know he was talking about this game won't really hold up when you're looking at current games, but you look at a game like, and you said it yourself, Plume, Avowed. This is by far a better game than Avowed.
Yeah.
It's so much more in depth. There's so much more you can do around it. Avowed is a fantastic game, visually speaking. I love the story, but
it's just another
did feel like a little held back, knowing what other games have done in the past, like the Oblivion, like Skyrim, with the way that they deal with physics and such. So
yeah, I think like going into Avowed, I was looking for a deeper RPG experience, and it was a good RPG, but it was more of like an action game, I found.
Yeah, it was very surface level. I agree with you 100% there, and I thoroughly loved Avowed. But yeah, Mike Ybarra's comments about like it's not going to really stand up against modern day games, I think it's doing a perfectly fantastic job of showing what modern games are lacking. I know that it takes a lot more time to develop on the tools with modern games because there's a lot more things that people expect to be put into it. But sometimes just going back to the basics and looking at what older games were doing and implementing that will really just bring newer games into the forefront. Yeah, I think a lot can be learned from Oblivion and Skyrim and even The Witcher and all these older games that we've played. Not just new titles, because I definitely think Mike Ybarra's comments were stupid and ignorant.
Yeah, and also I think like Oblivion is the perfect game to remaster or remake
100%.
when you think about the Elder Scrolls series, because Skyrim for a lot of people was their first game. Like it outsold Oblivion by a ton, obviously way more than Morrowind too. So a lot of people who played Skyrim and loved it, like even Nero, as you said, never played Oblivion before. So this is going to get all of those people who are Skyrim heads checking out Oblivion in a much better fashion, a better looking version than back on the 360. So it's actually a perfect game to remaster and bring back here and get people also prepared, like you said, for Elder Scrolls 6. Yeah, I don't know what Mike Ybarra was smoking, but yeah, that's not a smart comment.
Like if you don't call out studios that have, or publishers that have been remastering games that don't need a remaster, like let's look at an actual remaster that came out recently, Until Dawn. I was in a party and I was just pissing. I'm sorry, Until Dawn, I don't mean to throw shade at you as a game, but I pissed myself laughing at the we've built this game from the ground up to bring it into current gen systems, and I'm like, what was wrong with the original one? Also, if you look at the comparisons, there isn't a hell of a lot of difference, and you're charging again for this. This is something where the price point of $50 is fantastic. The DLC being all involved, you're getting quality of life improvement. You're still getting your Bethesda jank, which everyone loves, and you're getting a fantastic title that so many people have not experienced in almost 20 years. Whereas a game that came out last gen, skip a gen and then maybe remaster it. Maybe. Not even that. 2 gens, maybe. Like
And
Until Dawn was a horrible thing to call that a remaster and then try and charge people for it.
4 million players, I hopefully signals to at least PlayStation that maybe they should go back and look at like a game like Infamous or Resistance or something,
Yes.
rather than doing a game that was released on the PS4. So I hope so. I really hope that they go back and bring those back, because I've been wanting a new Infamous game for a very long time, and you can even bring back a remake, use like a UB5 and remake the first one. It would be super cool to see.
Yeah. I mean, there've been rumors about the potential of us getting another prototype, and it might be a redo of the first game to some degree. And I'm like, that would be a good one to bring back from the 360 generation. I think Shadow of the Colossus and Demon Souls were fantastic jobs that were remasters or remakes of the original games brought forward by Bluepoint. And it's just sad to see Bluepoint not getting a chance to either redo another game or make their own game. Yeah. I'm going to move us back to the 3-1. But anyone in the... Have you all been trying at least the remaster of Oblivion? If you haven't, I highly recommend giving it a go. If you've never played Oblivion or Skyrim or anything from Bethesda, go watch a couple of tutorial videos on YouTube to kind of give you a bit more of a base knowledge, so you're not going in completely blind, because these games that don't hold your hand can feel a little bit overwhelming when you go in to them. Going, like, there's no, yes, you can go do this mission, but it gives you complete options to travel wherever you want, do whatever you want. And that can kind of be a little bit overwhelming for some gamers. So get some videos under your belt, so you're not going in completely blind and not feeling overwhelmed by the amount of choices you have available to you. Yeah,
definitely. So next topic, got a nice little update for Xbox, man. So basically, stream your own game now on Xbox consoles. Buy games, join Gamepass, and redeem perks directly from the mobile app, which I really appreciate. Players can now play any game installed on their console by visiting xbox.com/remote play on any device with supported web browsers. Introducing new and improved way to free up storage on Xbox consoles, new game hubs for Xbox consoles as well. I love the new game hubs. Really big fan of that. I love to see it, man. I just love to see it, especially leading in the next gen. Xbox continues to improve and refine that UI. I'm loving the update. What are you guys thinking?
Finally we can purchase games from the app on our phone and like redeem our perks and everything. It's been an interesting progression of the Xbox phone stuff, because we went from having 2 apps where you had your Game Pass on one app and then you had everything else on another app, to now only having one app. And now Game Pass is only, like, if you want to play games via the cloud and stuff, you have to go to the xbox.com/play. And there was a lot of like information missing from the Xbox app, but they're bringing that slowly back in here with being able to purchase. You have all your achievements and everything on there. You can see your play time. So I think it's finally that's there. I mean, I think it should have been there for a while. I wonder if they're ever going to continue to update that as just allowing you to access cloud gaming in that singular app as well, or if that's just gone now because of the cloud gaming, the cloud streaming side of things progressing to so many different screens and basically a console UI. That's why they've had to do that. But yeah, I think
I get flack for this, and I'm happy you said like it's about time, because I think the entire UI just still got a ways to go, especially with the DVR and capture system on Xbox. Like, I've been saying it all gen for the last 4 years, and I'm gonna continue to say it. I don't care who get mad, but the PS4, my PS4 Pro had a better capture system and DVR setup than the Series X do.
Yeah.
So that's frustrating. They definitely need to get that together. Even simple things like being able to stream to YouTube from your Xbox. Being able to do that on PlayStation but not Xbox, for me as a content creator, like that's just little simple thing that they should be improving. And from a software company, that's what I expect them to be the best at. That UI and software aspect. So they're improving. They're getting there, and hey, this is a step in the right direction. And just need them to continue to step it up and keep improving. And I'm hoping if we don't get like a full rework, I'm hoping like next gen we get the next gen like leap and at least the user interface and stuff as far as Xbox.
Yeah, I agree. And like I think like right now, one of the big focuses for them is just making sure that all of the same experience happens everywhere. So
Yeah.
I wonder how that translates over into the console, into the next gen and everything. Is it going to be the exact same? Because if you load up like I just downloaded, because they just launched the cloud gaming app on LG TV, so I just downloaded that on to my TV. And if it's exactly like it's like on your phone, exactly like it's like on a tablet or whatever, you have the same Xbox experience. But when you go over to the console, it's slightly different. So I wonder if they're going to eventually make some more changes where it's basically one to one, no matter where you are playing on your Xbox, which I'm assuming is their goal, and that's why they're spending. That's why it's taking longer to get all of this stuff updated, because they want you to be able to play all your console games as well as your cloud streaming games and your PC games in one place. But yeah, they
They
have
also
to.
have the fun job with Apple's and Google, right?
That's true.
Holding things back.
That's true too. Yeah, that's probably the main reason why they decided to remove the Game Pass side of things out of an app on Android and just keep everything in the browser because of the Apple blocking it. You're probably right on that.
Yeah, Yobi say the streaming the YouTube ain't gonna happen. Microsoft and Google relationship is just not the best. So hopefully, man, one day they can amend things, and maybe they will, maybe they not. But overall, I think this is a really dope update, man. Like
I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I think it's nice to see.
I will say one last time, because I gotta say it every single time. If nobody else will, I will say it. Get them fucking ads off my home screen. I don't want to see no fucking ads, especially if it have nothing to do. I don't want to see it at all. Leave the pop up Game Pass ads and stuff like that. Let me get that. Like, let me know what's new in Game Pass, especially from sub. But as far as loading up, seeing a Oscar Mayer beef hot dog ad in the bottom, I don't want to see that. Especially when the competition, when PlayStation, when I load up that little home screen hub, you see it's stuff you want to see. Your friends' progress. I can see who just unlocked a new trophy or achievement. I'd rather see that on my home screen, or just remove that entire bottom tile and just let me see. So they're improving, man. But I'm gonna continue to want better, and just because I just know they can improve things, man.
I'm super stoked about this update for the app. I think it's nice to see it's really stepping out of the shadows of being a companion app to the Xbox ecosystem, and really becoming its own little store in itself, where it stands alone and you can do everything you want to do without needing to be on a web browser or be on your Xbox, and to have it all available at your fingertips on your Xbox app is where it needed to be for a very long time. And so to see it finally coming to fruition, and knowing that there'll be more updates and more improvements coming down the line, we're really seeing their strategy come together, and seeing all the different ways. And I can't wait to see what they end up doing with bringing Xbox and the way Xbox is set up into more of the PC realm, because that game bar and the current gaming system where you can access Xbox on your Windows device, on your computer, is disgusting and is broken, in my opinion. Things break all the time on there, and it'll be great to see a better experience. But I agree, there's so much more work to be done in the DVR space, in the streaming space. 100%. But it's good to see that progress is being made, and things that people would expect and have been asking for are now in there. And I'm really enjoying the changes on the app. Yeah.
Yeah, they just gotta keep bringing more features to it. And I wonder if
100%.
we'll ever be able to stream right from it, or if it's always going to be through the browser. That's my biggest biggest question.
I think that the browser is because they have to bypass Google and Apple at the moment. I think
Yeah.
eventually you will be able to go around those once everything happens. But it's also interesting to hear about Google with the potential of having to get rid of Chrome.
Yeah, that could change things.
That could change things. That could 100% change things. What is next on our agenda? Is it Ghost of Yotei? Is that what we're?
Yeah, I'm personally excited for this. I love Ghost of Tsushima, one of my favorites from last gen. Ghost of Yotei release date.
Just
for
moving us
October
over, see if
2nd.
this is going to work. Fingers crossed. Is it going to play? Yes, go.
Darn good. Shoot, I mean, it's working smoothly. But yeah, October 2nd, man. They know something. That just let me know. GTA is definitely coming after that date for sure.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it, man. It looks dope. It looks really good. The first one looked good. I'm really intrigued to see where they improve. I was hoping to see something like maybe a glide mechanic, like from Rise of Ronin. I think that would have been dope. I haven't seen anything like that yet, but that was just one thing. But I'm loving like you can use spares and different weapons and stuff like that. So I'm definitely excited for it, man. Definitely a day one for me. Yeah, I agree with you. Try hard. I'm happy that it's sticking to its 2025 release. Are you guys excited for this?
I'm going to let Plume go. I've got my thoughts on this.
Yeah, it looks good. I mean, it looks phenomenal, to be honest. The first one was really good, so I don't see it being. To me, it seems like it's going to be basically very similar to the other one with a new character, new story, and everything. Will there be big gameplay changes or anything to it? Doubtful, but it does look like it's going to be one of those great games this year. Sucker Punch always does deliver as well, too. So,
Yeah.
I think you're right, Nero, with the release date. This has to be like the first, or well, at least one of the first big games from a major publisher that they've locked down a release date in the fall that I can remember. And that must mean GTA is coming out after, or they know something about GTA that we don't know. Maybe it's getting delayed out further than they expected. Maybe PlayStation has the marketing rights for it, so they would know. Yeah, because you're not seeing anybody else want to touch anything here, but they just came out confidently with October 2nd as their release date. So that will be interesting to see what happens, because GTA is one of those games, and I make this argument all the time, that like first party exclusives are not, if you just look at what people are playing, that's not the main thing that push consoles in terms of sales. Yeah, there are the group of people that buy consoles only for that, but like the main thing are the big third party games. GTA is going to be that game that sells, consoles go flying off the shelf for. So it'll be interesting to see if maybe PlayStation has it after they've locked down the state.
Definitely.
Yeah. I think I loved this trailer, and it was fabulous to see that it's more of the same. It looks very beautiful. It looks better than it did before. I rewatched it in 4K. Definitely needed to be rewatched in 4K. For anyone who didn't watch it 4K, you're missing out.
Yeah.
You definitely get to see how graphically beautiful it is, and it just the whole setting. They did such a good job with Ghost of Tsushima that definitely deserved it. And I'm always going to be talking about the fact that the complaint around, and I'll replay it in a second, the complaint around the female protagonist, there wasn't a lot of complaining after this trailer. I feel like a lot of people are on board with it, and they should have been on board with her the whole time. It's set, 300 years or 300 years after the first one? Oh, thank you, DemoFlow, with the $5. Legendary panel. I'm playing Oblivion and listening to the show. Hit that like button. Thank you so much, Demo. I really need to sort out coming on your show sometime soon. My time zone difference is just insane living in New Zealand. But yeah. I hope you're enjoying Oblivion. If you haven't given it a go, give Clear Obscure Expedition 33 a go. Cat here, man. Jeez, stop molting. But yeah, thank you, Demo. I guess my thing was, why was this just a low key sort of drop this week? I feel like they were trying to combat some of the conversation that was happening in the industry, and I feel like they missed a really big opportunity to make this a big spectacle. And that's where my issue is with the way that they showed this. I think the content that they showed was fantastic, but I would have really loved this in like a showcase rather than just being a standalone trailer. But maybe we're definitely going to see more on it later, but it would have been nice to kind of been around the May or June timeframe with the big showcases. So it may show up at Summer Games Fest, who knows. That was my only thing, was just feel kind of sad that it was just randomly dropped and there wasn't a lot of hype built up for it, and it was just a 3-minute trailer. What they showed was great. I just wish there was more, and it was more of a spectacle for making for this game, because I think it deserves that. Definitely deserves that. That was my take at it regarding what we saw. Yeah,
they dropped it like what, in between, after the Oblivion remaster and before
yes,
Clear Expedition, so it was just kind of out of nowhere too. I
100%.
wonder if that was planned from the beginning, or if they're just like, we gotta like disrupt some of this
Who knows?
chat about how good Game Pass is.
Yeah, should have got a state of play at the minimum.
Yeah.
Yes, they should have had something. It really deserved more eyes on it. I mean, it still got eyes on it, but it really deserved people making time out of their day to really sit down and go and watch this, rather than it just being a very random sort of shadow drop in that respect. Yeah. That's my thoughts. What does everyone else in the chat, in our chat, think? I also just want to say shout out to over 94 people watching us live across YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Really appreciate each and every one of you. Our chat is amazing. The people we game with on the regular, yeah. Love it, love it, love it.
Yep,
okay.
Definitely.
Was there anything else?
All right. Yeah, just a couple more things. Just wanted to highlight this super dope ad Xbox did. And it was just a new ad for the LG TV being able to directly play your Xbox
See if I can find it. Give me a second.
I'm so mad I'm not in the market for a new TV, because if I was, I would definitely be intrigued by this, because I've been thinking about getting a second PS5 or Xbox for my living room setup. So I don't know, man. This was really dope. I was like, yeah, I like this. I like this way better than the rat commercial they showed recently.
Oh, where's this ad? I'm trying to find it.
I finally upgraded my TV this year, or the end of last year.
Oh, nice.
And I realized for 5 years or 4 years of this generation not having a VRR TV, I was missing out on. It makes a huge difference.
Oh yeah, huge difference, bro.
Yeah.
Huge difference, man. Love me a good VR display, man.
Yeah,
huge. It's pretty much necessary, man. To the point where it's like I don't really pay people like. You got next gen consoles with last gen TVs.
Of course, it's gonna play up on me.
Yeah, I feel like upgrading your TV is more important than upgrading your hardware.
Honestly, definitely, I agree.
It's just like, and it's like an OLED too. Like, man, it's like you're playing a whole new console.
Yeah.
Knew it was gonna play up on me. I like the rat too. I actually thought this trailer was very entertaining. I knew it was gonna be a pain in the butt. I'm gonna move us back to our three panel then, if it's gonna do that to me. I think it's fantastic that we're seeing more in the LG space, because Samsung has had the app for streaming and playing your games already, and we're owning an LG and knowing it wasn't available was kind of sad and disappointing, but it's finally there. Yeah. Well done. And these ads aren't really aimed at us.
No.
They're not aimed at us. They're aimed at everyone else who doesn't already have an Xbox, who has a TV, and they'll be like, what's this Xbox app, when they're going through the apps on their smart TV and those sort of things. So it's really aimed at the general public. So for those who potentially don't like the rat ad or don't like this ad, it's not aimed at you. Yeah,
I just downloaded the app today just to check it out. It's the exact same as you would get if you go to xbox.com/play. It works well. It's pretty nice. And the ad itself is good. And I feel like the sentiment now, because of how good Game Pass has been and how all the games that are dropping, about like, this is an Xbox and Xbox putting their games in other places, I think that sentiment is shifting now. At least online, people are seemingly caring or less angry that games are dropping in other places and that everything is an Xbox because of how good they're doing. At least maybe that's just my algorithm, but that's what I'm seeing.
No, I think we had the discourse, I feel like last week, because we didn't do a show last week, but we had the discourse around Phil Spencer's interview, which is a repeat of an interview he's had previously, and then it came up again. And I'm like, he hasn't changed his tone about Game Pass was for those who want it. Then you can buy your games where you want, whether you're playing them on PlayStation, whether you're playing them on PC, whether you're playing games that are eventually going to be on the Nintendo Switch too. Because we know COD's going there. It's just they've got a model. They've got people who want to subscribe, and then the other people who don't, who want to buy the game, are subsidizing all of us subscribers.
Pretty much, yeah. And we're getting.
I'm happy. You pay for it, so I get it in Game Pass day one.
And I mean, at that point, even if I'm on Game Pass, shit, I'm still paying. Sometimes these games, a lot of these games, is
Some of
worth
them
paying.
deserve it, eh?
And you know, that kind of leads into our next topic. Indiana Jones is selling faster on the PlayStation 5 than it did on Steam and Xbox. It's estimated that Indiana Jones sold 117.k copies on PS5 as far as April 23rd, 2025. And I'm just happy for the devs, man. Like, you know, we can use it as talking points and haha, you got to buy this and that. But if it's any games that's been worth buying, I just been thankful that I haven't been having to buy them because of Game Pass. But Microsoft been making some real worth games that's worth buying. Indiana Jones is a great game. Forza Horizon is still to this day unrivaled. That's good to see, man. I'm happy for the devs. I'm happy for Machine and them. They try something different. This I never would have expected this from them, and
It's such a
nailed
brilliant
it.
game.
And buy it up.
What are your thoughts on this, Plume? Are you surprised by it selling faster on PlayStation than on PC and Xbox? Yeah.
No, not necessarily. Because I'm not surprised by it selling faster on PlayStation and Xbox for two reasons. They have a much bigger
agree.
install base, and they don't have Game Pass, so that's not shocking at all. And then I guess PC has Game Pass as well. I guess Steam numbers maybe I would have thought would have been the highest, but that's probably not going to end up being the case based off of these numbers. But yeah, I'm not surprised that the game is selling well on PlayStation. It's a huge known IP in Indiana Jones, and it's a very, very good game. It came out to great reviews, so you know that PlayStation guys are chomping at the bit there just to get their hands on this thing.
It's just kind of dry over there too.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
It's kind of dry. It's kind of like this is just good. They they need something.
What do you mean it's dry? They just had Last of Us Complete Edition release. What do you mean it's dry?
Like I tried to go back and play that for the platinum, like side by side with the show. That's definitely still one of my favorite games of all time. But just playing that back to back is like I don't know how people can just religiously play that. For as good as it is, to each their own though.
Yeah. I'm not surprised by it selling more on the PlayStation. I definitely think like they got a lot of subscriptions of people just playing Indiana Jones through Game Pass, because I think a lot of people were skeptical about the first person nature of it.
I definitely was.
I wasn't around like the puzzles, but like I said, when I finished the game, I completed it to 1000% for my gamer score. But my biggest thing was I wish there were more options to see Indy in third person. Like the first person gameplay was fantastic. Like photo mode would have been beautiful to do that. But yeah, I'm not surprised at all that it was going to do that. It's a fantastic game. And it needed to go everywhere. With the IP, it definitely needed to go everywhere to make its money back and keep the lights on and all of that for our devs. Even like Forza Horizon, I mean that made all its money definitely. But
for sure, I can't wait to see what those numbers are looking like.
That was interesting because knowing the fact that the engine had never run on PlayStation, you got to see the port of the Forza Horizon one, and it's so well optimized. They did a fantastic job in collaboration with Turn 10 and Playground Games, the studio that was in charge of the port for the PlayStation version of Forza Horizon. Yeah. All right, what is our last topic?
All right, let me see. Last topic is Oh yeah, I just wanted to highlight this. I thought this was very dope. So Doom and PlayStation did a little exclusive thing on their channel. It's not on the Xbox channel. It's they did like they said that from their words they wanted to do something special for PlayStation fans. And I think that makes sense because let's be real, it's in Game Pass. You don't got to market it. We're gonna play that shit. Go ahead
Yep.
and market it to the people that got to buy it. To me, so it made a lot of sense. They pretty much confirmed that it's 22 levels in Doom: The Dark Ages. Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal feature only 13 missions. The story is, and I quote, the biggest campaign by a good bit, with a final level count that's bigger than both Dooms prior to this. Man, I can't wait. I'm excited.
Yeah, it looks really good. I'm really excited that it's like more of a tank play style too,
Yeah,
where I can just go through and try to mow everything down, and
More
I
my
don't have
cup of tea.
yeah, me too. I don't have to rely on my slowing reflexes and stuff like in Doom Eternal. So it looks phenomenal. And there's obviously like all the other stuff they've added, like the flying and all the mech and whatever it's called. I forgot the names of everything, but
I love the controls around adjusting the gameplay. So
yeah,
increasing the speed and those sort of things. I think that's fantastic. Really allowing people to play the game that they want to play it the way that they want to do it is fantastic. And for people calling that out, going and complaining about it, you don't have to use those features. It's there for those people who want to use those features,
yeah.
who want to experiment and change the way Doom plays and have multiple playthroughs and make it different every time they play it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's insane that this game is coming out in like 3 weeks or 3 weeks onto Game Pass too. So it's like, how do we find time to play all of the stuff that's coming out? I know
Like I said,
my backlog this year, there's no way I'll be finishing everything that I want to finish by the end of the year. It's
yeah,
just impossible.
I'm like, now I've started Oblivion and Clear. I'm going to finish Clear and then go on to Oblivion. I think I'm going to wait to play Doom later. I want to finish Oblivion.
Yeah. I'm going to finish Claire and then I'm going to go back and play some more Assassin's Creed and
I haven't even
Oblivion at the
touched
same
that yet.
time. Yeah. And I'm loving Assassin's Creed. It's just
yeah.
I fell
Did a
for the
really
hype
good
of the
job with this one.
launch of
Oh, I
Oblivion
love
and
Assassin's
there.
Creed games. Yeah. I'm just waiting for it to go on sale. It
Yeah.
won't be long. It
Won't
won't
be
be
long.
long. It'll go on
Ubisoft games
sale.
go on sale right away.
Yeah.
Be there in no
100%.
time.
All right. Well, I feel like that's it. For the show, 2 hours 15. We said we didn't want a 3 hour show. We really want to head out and play some video games, and we know that everyone here is either playing Oblivion or Clear Obscure or some other video game, and you probably want to go back to it. I just want to say thank you all for rocking out with us for the last 2 hours. It has been fabulous. Thank you to Fuck You for giving us some great laughs. Some great AI images, especially of Nero. And we're going to do some
Definitely appreciate you.
outros. I just want to say a big thank you again to Plume. Had a blast having you on. Would love to have you on again sometime in the future. And hopefully Soul will be here as well. But Plume, where can people find you?
Yeah, first of all, thanks for inviting me. It was very fun talking about everything going on. We have so many games to play, so I'm sure we can do this again, and we'll be going over all of the other stuff that is launching into Game Pass and everything. But you can find me at AM's YouTube. That's pretty much the best place. On X as well. Blue Sky account as well, all under Plume Gaming. So if you want to reach out, that's the best place to check me out.
Thank you. Where can everybody avoid you, Nero?
NextGenNero, all platforms, man. Y'all know where to find me, man. YouTube,
Hit that
Twitter,
block button. No, I'm kidding.
Blue Sky, Gamertag, NextGenNero, PSN, JXY Marley. It's been great, man. Great episode, and appreciate everybody coming through, man. Like I said, Plume, keep up the great work, bro. Definitely one of my favorite content creators by far, man. Love your work.
Thanks,
And definitely got to have you back, man. Maybe even for the little summer showcase, man. After it and get everybody reactions.
For sure, let's do it.
Yeah. All right. you know where you can find me, just picking on everybody in party chats on Xbox Live. You can find me on X and on Blue Sky, Red Dead Panda. You can find me on Xbox Red Dead Panda as well. And we're gonna head out, play some video games. Have a great rest of your weekend, everybody. Thank you all for joining us live, and thank you to those who are joining us after the show, watching after the fact. And thank you to all your support. We really appreciate it. We'll see you next week. We'll be back next week as per usual. Have a great rest of your weekend, and bye.
See you later.